The world was dying. Ash fell from a sunless sky, blanketing the land in silence and death. The Toba supervolcano erupted, plunging Earth into a volcanic winter. Temperatures dropped, plants withered, animals vanished. Homo sapiens huddled in caves, struggling to survive. Hope faded from their children's eyes. Outside, only wind and silence remained. Humanity was a flickering flame in the darkness. The Toba catastrophe nearly erased us. Our species dwindled to as few as 2,000, less than a small town. Scattered, isolated and vulnerable, these survivors clung to life on the edge of extinction. Every person alive today descends from this tiny group. One failed hunt or harsh winter could have ended us. They were no longer hunters, but scavengers, refugees in their own world. Their knowledge was obsolete, their tools useless in the ash-choked wasteland. Children grew up never knowing sunlight, only stories of a lost green earth. Humanity balanced on a knife's edge, one misstep from oblivion. Our story could have ended there, buried under volcanic ash. Our ancestors weren't alone. Other humans walked the frozen earth. Neanderthals, masters of the cold, were strong and perfectly adapted to the Ice Age. They hunted mammoths and survived for millennia. But their world was small, tight-knit, trusting only those they knew. They couldn't unite large groups or share information widely. The world was changing, and strength alone would not be enough. Then a silent change, a random mutation, rewired a sapiens child's brain. This was the birth of the cognitive revolution. Suddenly, humans could imagine things that didn't exist. Spirits, ancestors, futures. Fictive language was born. Stories that united minds. For the first time, humans could share myths, invent gods, and dream of promised lands. These shared fictions became a superpower. They allowed humans to cooperate in ways no other animal could. The ability to create a shared reality out of imagination changed everything. Our ancestors began to tell stories around fires, binding them together. Maps were drawn in minds, not just on the land. This tiny genetic glitch was the ultimate weapon. Neanderthals relied on what they could see. Sapiens navigated a world of ideas. The weakest humans had just gained the greatest advantage. How does storytelling help you survive an apocalypse? It enables cooperation. Neanderthals could only trust those they knew. Sapiens could trust strangers who shared their myths. Shared stories became social glue, uniting hundreds, even thousands, who'd never met. Leaders emerged not by strength, but by telling the most compelling stories. United by belief, sapiens could coordinate complex hunts and share resources. Rules and alliances were justified by spirits and ancestors, not just personal bonds. These fictions were more powerful than any weapon. Information and trust spread farther and faster. Sapiens could form alliances, trade and adapt, held together by a web of stories. Their world was now shaped by gods, legends and laws, an imagined order that changed reality. As Earth healed, Sapiens expanded, armed with their secret weapon myth-fueled cooperation. When they met Neanderthals and Denisovans, it wasn't a fair contest. Sapiens arrived as organized collectives, their rivals as isolated families. The result was a slow, relentless replacement. Sapiens outcompeted or displaced other humans, stripping resources and pushing them to extinction. Myths may have justified violence, painting others as monsters. Neanderthals saw a small band. Sapiens were the vanguard of a much larger tribe. It was a battle between individuals and a network. Within millennia, all other human species vanished. We became the last humans, not by strength, but by uniting around shared stories. Our triumph was built on the graves of our closest relatives. Today, we are the planet's masters, thanks to that ancient genetic mistake. Our world is built on fictions, money, nations, justice, stories we all believe. This dual reality, physical and imagined, is our defining trait. It fuels our creativity, science and compassion. The inner voice that dreams and worries is the ghost in the machine, the legacy of that mutation. But this gift is also a burden. The same stories that unite us can divide us, fueling conflict and hatred. Our greatest strength is also our greatest flaw. We are the storytelling ape, haunted by our own imagination. The mistake that made us human is both our salvation and our curse, and its final outcome is still unwritten.